Checking my mic, checking my mic, checking the mic. Okay. Well, I don't know. Well, hello. If there's one person here, I don't know if that one is somebody that's here or if that's me. Kind of hard to say. Because I'm watching. Oh. And that's that. So, no one on right now. I'm going to put the chat over here. Everything's recording. We're streaming. I don't think I need that. So, let's just do this to make sure I'm in the right screens. Oh, that sucks. I don't have enough screens. Let's see how this is doing. So, yeah. No. You guys don't need to see me. There's nobody here anyway. Okay. I need to shorten that up. Yeah, we need to shorten that up. Stream settings, concurrent viewers. Yeah, that's enough information, isn't it? Okay, we got chat. No. Still streaming, still recording. If there's one person on the other end there, hit that chat up and let me know if everything sounds okay, if I'm too loud or what. So let's go here. Let's say hello to the one person that may or may not be watching this. Okay. So all I'm going to do is just sort of sit here and work on this building that I'm making. Taking this here one bedroom Sylvia design and turning it into a 2-bedroom version of the same building. So all I really wanted to do is get the basic outline of the building back and start from there. And maybe just extend the building by the width of a bedroom and make it long, which was kind of my idea. And since there's nobody here to tell me otherwise, I think we're just going to go ahead and do that. So I'm going to go ahead and make a box. I want my bedroom to be about 12 by 10 or so. So let's just get the size of the room first. So let's go 10 feet. And we'll go 12 feet. Not huge. These aren't meant to be really huge houses. These are meant to be small. They're not meant to be hovels. They're meant to be a place to be when it's cold outside, but you're definitely the kind of person who wants to spend your time indoors. I'm just going to move this down to the same plane. Does that suck? I hope you guys are enjoying the music. Oops. Let's try that again. Okay, we're on the same plane there. So the outline I have here, this is basically the outside of the wall. I'll recreate the printed structure later on. I left this here because I liked how that turned out. It seemed like an efficient print. So I wanted to recreate that. In the front of the building isn't going to change at all. The front of the building, the living space, the kitchen, the laundry, the bathroom may be a bit bigger. And it's possible we may stretch the living room and the kitchen just a little bit to give it just a bit more space. But that's about it. Hey, look, 2 people watching. I'm willing to bet there are 2 people that are also in 3D PHC. Hey, if there's an actual person watching, say, make a comment, say hello, tell me who you are. Say hi, so I know you're here. This was not an announced live session. I just wanted to try doing live stuff, so I thought I wanted to try out OBS and my cameras and everything like that. Get familiar with it. And what better way than to sort of design a building? So let's see. I'm going to make this a group so I can move it around a little easier. Inference that point, so that's how big the second room is going to be. So that's how much I need to extend the house by. So we're going to steal this corner. Just so that we make sure that it's exactly the same. We can go ahead and erase that. I get pretty distracted, so if you make a comment and I don't see it right away, don't be surprised. I will try to look, but this is all new to me, so I can only hope that it's streaming and that it's doing a good job of it. Okay, we can get rid of the harsh corner. Whoops. First things first. Get rid of this little wall here. Move that back. Bam. And now we gotta explode that sucker. So now it's part of the rest of the drawing. And there we go. Our extra room. Just get rid of that plane. So now we want to do the same thing on that side. We kind of just want to extend everything. And I still do want the bathroom at the back. Do we want the bathroom at the back? You know, that kind of opens up some possibilities if we maybe put another bedroom here. The problem is we're trying not to have any hallways. So in the spirit of not having hallways, or at least narrow hallways, I think we're just going to continue with this and see what happens. Because we can do whatever we want and then change it and then do whatever we want again. Let's just extend that. Now, of course, the bathroom isn't going to be that huge. But what if we did the second bedroom at... Now that's 11 feet. So let's do a kid's bedroom. Let's do 10 feet by... You know, that's by 10 by 10. It's not big. The kids aren't meant to spend all day in their room. They go in there, they sleep, they read a book, they get grounded. It's not meant to be somewhere they spend all their time. They're meant to be spent out visiting with their family, out in the yard. You know, get the kids outside. If their bedroom is too big and awesome, then they don't want to leave it, right? And then what's the fun of grounding them? They're just going to go somewhere that's too fun. You can't have it too much fun. You don't want that. Oh, look, nobody. I think if you're watching this later as it's been recorded and you see me go silent, that's because I've seen that nobody is watching. Oh, wait. Does this mean someone's watching? It looks like 2 people are watching. If those 2 people could just make a quick comment and let me know, that would be fantastic. Oh, the first layer is live right now. Okay, this side over here. This side over here. Is my storage room now. I almost feel like we can remove the laundry from here. Because we have a lot more space to work with. You know, keep the bathroom there. Let's get rid of part of this. So let's see. In this one, how, what did we have before the door there? That was roughly from the end to end. It's about 11 foot 10 inches. So let's make it 12 feet on the outside. So this would be the bathroom space. This was my marker, a personal marker I left for where, that is where the kitchen ended. But I don't think I'm going to need those. I think we're going to do this all over again. This is going to be a bit of a townhome sort of layout. Oh, I wonder if I can answer my chat there. And why isn't it recording? Why does it stop stuff? If anybody knows OBS, why does it start and stop streaming and start and stop recording for no reason? So that's a little weird. I want to check my latency. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. About 8 seconds. Is that big? Is that a lot of latency? This looks like I have an excellent connection. All right, back to this. So here's what I want to do. I always want to make sure I keep this stuff, so I'm going to do it right away. SketchUp can be kind of unforgiving. If you do something a little weird, you don't necessarily see visually what it's doing. And if you're off a plane by your margin of error, which in this case is 1/64 of an inch, you're not going to see it visually. The algorithm knows, so it won't touch itself, but you won't see it. And so weird things happen, so you kind of want to be really systematic when you do this. Okay, that's good. Want to make sure it shows all the pieces, because we're going to copy this, flip it, so that we have a symmetrical part. And then flip along. I think it's the right direction. Nope. Yep. Stuck that there. Don't need you anymore. And there you go. So our front of the house is intact, where our door and windows are going to be. But of course this other version is going to be a little different, being stretched as it is. I don't feel like the chat window is where I want it to be. Maybe my screens are all just too close to me. Either way, okay. That's not a room, that's a, so bathroom, bedroom, bedroom. Nice big open area, which is the back door. That closed itself, that's a good sign. Oh, I want to move that over. I didn't account for the thickness of the walls, so move that this way by 8 inches. So I think before I go much further, I'm gonna have to make my walls now. So we're just gonna move this stuff out of the way. Alright, so the outer walls are 8 inches thick. We'll do our offset tool. Oops, I need to make that a plane. Let's get our drawing tool out. Bam. Of course, you can't offset something that isn't there. Helps if you grab the right tool. I want to offset that by 8 inches. Great. Now I'm looking at this, and it being a longer home, I don't wonder if it would be pragmatic to put a thicker wall in the center of the home, and that would allow for pipes and electrical, a lot better access for that stuff. I think I'm going to do that. I think I'm going to leave this big wall here, but I'm going to worry about refining where the opening is later. So next thing I want to do is close this off, because I'm going to do some magic. Okay. Grab my offset tool again. Is it not closed up? Oh, I see. That's what I'm talking about when I was saying it kind of does weird things if you're not really accurate. Look at all that. Oh, that's actually visual. Boy, that is some bad drawing. Wow, that is some really bad drawing. Whoa, that is some just terrible drawing. What is going on there? Oh, there was some really strange stuff going on in there, man. I wonder if that was stuff that was left over from when I was cleaning it all up before. This is just weird. Oh, I think I know what's happening. Yeah. I think that's from when I was cleaning it up. I forgot to take out the edges over here. And because I didn't zoom in, now I'm paying for it. See what happens when you don't zoom in and check things first? Weird things happen, and then you got to pay for it later. Oh my gosh, it's just everywhere. No, it just looks really thick. Okay. So when a plane doesn't fill in like that, it means that it's not flat. It's not connecting. So I don't know what gives there. But, what? That means that there's just a little pixel somewhere that's out of whack. I think I know where it is. It's on this end. There are ways to find it. It's not always easy. Something up at this line right here. That's broken up everywhere. Okay, we're gonna replace this line and see if that's the trick. It seems it's right on it's on the right line. Why wouldn't it fill in? Well, that's frustrating. It doesn't make any sense either. Doesn't fill in either of these planes. Why not? Why not? Let's see if it's on one half or the other. There's no reason why this shouldn't be filling in. I don't understand why it isn't. Okay, it's somehow on the bottom. All right. Let's try another trick here. I win. Oh, SketchUp. Oh, see? That's what's going on. Look. That is just not even a straight line. What is going on there? What is going on there? Oh, that's some outright weirdness. Why won't that attach to that? This really doesn't make any sense to me at all right now. Oh, we lost someone. Why isn't that attaching? Doesn't matter, no one's chatting anyways. This really doesn't make any sense. This does not make any sense. It's supposed to fill in this plane, but it just, there's no, doesn't really make sense why it's not doing that. When in doubt, just do it a fucking again, I guess. Oops, swearing. Sorry. For those of you that don't know me, I swear at my computer a lot. But of course, you know. Now, why didn't that create a plane? There's a lot about this that isn't making sense right now. What? This is not what I wanted to happen for my first stream. For there to be some weird, retarded kind of thing going on here. I have no idea why this isn't forming a plane. Doesn't make any sense at all. You know, it's as easy as drawing a box, but no. So we're gonna try this instead. It's still not covering it in? That doesn't make any sense. Is it covering it in and I'm just not seeing it for some reason? No. Oh, it did that. Wonderful. That doesn't make any sense. 36, 3 1/4. Why isn't that? telling me that this isn't connected, but you tell me that that doesn't look connected. That's another thing in SketchUp. When you get too close, it just deletes it. You can't even see. I mean, we're really, 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 really close there, but come on. Really? Oh, it might have found it. Okay. Well, I win again. Looks like it was right there. Maybe that one line wasn't quite connected. But now this isn't going either. I'm struggling through this because you should never build up your walls until you get all of your planes in a line. So that they're all connected in a one flat plane. Because you won't notice it at first. Oh, of course. Now there's a problem in here. Why is that? Could have everything to do with that I copied that in there. Yeah, I think it's just not quite on the plane. It just doesn't make any sense to me, though. Oh yeah, SketchUp will save without even telling you. It just, like, out of nowhere saves it. So if you were moving the mouse and doing stuff, it remembers that you did it. But then it happens after the save thing goes. Everything freezes. Super, super annoying. But it's auto-saving, so, you know. It's a good thing, all in all. So, I didn't want to do this, but because I can't seem to get these things on the same plane. I was trying to think of names for my show. If this keeps going, that is. And since I hit Control Z so much, you know, if you're a designer out there, you know exactly what I'm talking about. I thought I would call it Control Z. I mean, and who doesn't think the letter Z doesn't sound cool? That's one of the cool letters, like X. If it's got an X in it, you know it's cool, right? If you're watching right now, I know this part's boring, but we're going to get into some cool stuff. We're building up the walls here pretty soon. So there we go. I got my outline. I wish I didn't have to take it down that much. Let's go ahead and connect all that. What? See, when it does that, it's supposed to connect to the next line. But it's telling me again. I'm not really sure why these aren't connecting like they're supposed to. And I'd really like to get on with building this building. Come on, SketchUp. Oh, you liked that, but you didn't like the other way? Oh, of course. Now I gotta find out where it is again. That's weird. And SketchUp will break up lines as well. I don't know why SketchUp does that. See, this isn't supposed to be happening. Like, I'm on the line. That means that there's probably 2 lines? I don't know, man. SketchUp's gonna be the death of me. It'd be nice when we can afford some really good software. But you do with what you got, you know? Okay, I got some kind of a plane forming here, but... what is going on here? And then it deletes the plane. Why is it doing that? There's no reason this shouldn't be a closed object. It's going to be in this section again. I bet you if I go here to here, it closes off just fine. Yeah. It's in the front of the section. See, the lines are ending, and that means that these are all... oh, what's this? Oh, I may have found it. Aha. This is what I'm talking about. This little thing right here. That is what has been causing all the problems. And you would never know it unless you got to that spot and then just happened to zoom way in there. So now everything's going to close over just fine. Boy, that was a hard nut to crack. I don't have any problems with the other planes, that means. We're good there. There you go. That is our outline. This is our utility shed. Now, yeah, I don't think we need to change the size of that. So let's put what we decided our other walls were going to look like, or our... what was that? Bedroom 1, bedroom 2, bathroom. We are going to make the bathroom just a touch bigger in this one. But we don't want to make it too big. We want a nice big space here so that it's not a tight hallway going out the back door. You know, you should be able to pass people without having to slide up against the wall. But it might be prudent to just, as far as printing the thing, to put these walls touching each other, outside, inside. Now this is only going to be a 4-inch wall, and that's going to be an 8-inch wall, but that's okay. Let's see here. So there you are. And then we're going to figure out where our laundry is going to go. So we're going to make that... You know what? We gave the other guys a smaller space, but this one we gave them just enough to put in the washer and dryer. But I think this one, we're going to give them a little bit more space for maybe some shelves on the other side. But we're not going to make it any longer. It's about 5 feet long wall. Alright, so there's our laundry. Laundry's got no wall, no door, because why bother? Laundry, kitchen, and living space, front entry. Now here, I think we can put, because we got all that extra space, we want to keep that window, but that's going to make a nice nifty little, front area closet. And you got your kitchen. Kind of thing stretches this way. Entry, walk right through the building, no problem. No, I think we can make these bedrooms a little bit bigger. I know what I said. Still streaming. Looking good actually here. Other than the fact that we have nobody at all watching. Does it say how long I've been going for? Where does it say that stuff? Oh, we've been on for about a half an hour. So I think what I'm going to do is just make the walls. No doors, no windows. Boy, I think I want to put some curves on the inside, though. Let's do that. No, let's go with 1.5 foot. That's just so that I can get my radius, my corner radius. This could be another tricky one, 5 3/4, because you can, again, put your planes off and won't notice it until later when it causes you a huge hassle. So it's better just to sort of do the best you can. So it'll be nice to have some little curves in the walls on the inside there. Kind of an old 60s or 70s thing. I think they had a lot of that. They'd put curves in their corner. They'd take out the corners of the walls, and I really like that. I don't know why they stopped doing that. People like these sharp edges, and I think they've convinced themselves that that means it's clean, but I think it looks more static. I don't think it has no movement to it. There's no contour. It's just a sharp edge. It's sharp. I think it's almost a negative thing. You know, I'd rather drunkenly fall into this nice rounded corner than into this sharp edge. Not that I drunkenly fall into things, because I don't, but you know, when I was young I used to. Remember that. Okay, there you go. So now let's look at the walls. So to make it easy on myself, I don't want to build these walls just yet. You know what I'm going to do is I'm going to add these lines back later. I just don't want them to interfere with what I'm going to do next. I just leave those there so that it's preserves what I've done. So I know that goes there, and I know this goes, whoops, I know this goes here, and that goes there. But what I really want is my inside walls. We're going to do the same thing with this guy here too. Okay. So you're going to see a lot of other weird stuff happening, but I can just, I'll just end up taking all that out. All I really want is my 8-inch walls. Oh, it didn't. It just did, preserved everything I wanted to. That's fantastic. And there you go. Now that doesn't have the cosine space in it, of course. I don't know why I'm doing this, but I'm just going to adjust the outside of that to match the corners of the print. Again, it just makes the transitions for the printhead, I think, a little more smooth. And will create a much smoother space on the outside if we don't tax it too much or ask it to do too many crazy things. Yeah, I didn't like the way that line turned out. Let's do this again here. Here we go. Oh, really? All right. Alright, so I know this wall is 4 inches thick, so that's pretty easy. We'll just go 4. Cut that out there. We'll refine the edges later. Alright. So again, before I go too far, we also want to make this so that it has a 2-inch inside wall and a 2-inch thick outside wall. Inside, outside. Is that what I said? Inside, outside. So I don't need that because that's just empty space. Now these interior walls are going to be, oh, this one here is going to be 8 inches. So let's do that one. And 8. Uh, 2 and 4 again. Except this one here. That makes sense. Just trying to think if I should get rid of this one inner wall and make, you know, because all the walls that way are the same. And then we'll let the algorithm worry about how to print it. So now this is weird. Oh, right. So now I need to go move this wall 2 inches the other way. So already I've kind of... Oh no, I just made that a one. No, this was just a single wall on that one. So should I do the same thing here again? Yeah. Yeah, I should. Okay, I'm gonna do this one more time. Bam. Bam. Now, this is a 4-inch wall, except it's two 2-inch walls side by side. So that'll always have a dividing line between to signify that sort of thing going on. Again, the same thing for this. These ones are 4-inch. But of course, they'll share the 8-inch wall on the outside. And you end up with something like that. Just a slightly easier way to do what I just did. It would be cool if SketchUp could allow you to change the size of the eraser. You only get this one size. There are other ways to erase large bits of things, but not if you're trying to erase lots of stuff that's kind of stuck in there. And then the way SketchUp welds or splits all its lines up, then you can't even just erase one line. You're stuck erasing all these little tiny lines. It's a little ridiculous, if you ask me. Oh, I did not want to get rid of one of those lines. Darn, now I have to do that all over again. It is that one I didn't want to get rid of. Okay. I thought there was a lot there, so now I got to do that all over again. Isn't that annoying? See what happens when you don't go slow enough and make mistakes, and you got to go all the way back. Let's hear it for Control Z. Yeah, Control Z. My best friend. Some people have puppies and some people have people. I have Control Z as my best friend. Good old Control Z. Always there for me. Isn't that exciting? Aren't you glad you found that out? Okay. 4-inch walls inside and out. There you go. Oh. One more. Four inches out that way. 4 inches out that way. Now I know that has a sharp angle on it, but the idea is that there's going to be other cupboards here, and your kitchen will be there as well. So you'll have your coat closet for a few coats, and then you'll have another kind of broom closet. Or, you know, maybe we'll extend this and make it a larger closet for, you know, your coats and your brooms and stuff. You don't need a large space for that kind of thing. But I think it would be nice to have a space like that right at the front door. So there you go. That is the footprint. So I think before I close up today, because there's nobody watching, and the test is good, the test is done, I know this is going to work. Oh, one more. Almost forgot those guys. There we go. There you go. Okay. Let's bring these suckers up. Now, I always like to make my walls 10 feet. I understand that's it's either 8 or 10 feet kind of a thing. But if you ask me, you know, a higher ceiling just lends, it lends square footage almost to the space. You've got more room overhead. It just feels better. So let's go that by 10 feet. So now what I would do is go around and pretty much clean up all these extra lines. So any lines that aren't part of an intersection of some kind. So see if it's part of an intersection, it'll just disappear. If it's not part of an intersection, it's just, it was a broken line that SketchUp decided to break up. And when it does that, it creates a line all the way up when you extrude it. And which are these things there. So the line was broken there. Now I could weld the lines. Unfortunately, that hides all of your symmetry like that. And then you can't really see what's going on, and you have to draw them in later. Which is good and bad. It has its ups and downsies. I find it interesting that it did it on one side and not the other, but that's alright. I can see that it flipped all the planes. I can see that I forgot to lift that one up. I see now it's doing weird things again.